I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building another house for a single mom. You can also use this for a single dad, of course, but when I saw the trailer and I saw there was a student who had a toddler as well, I just knew that I needed to build something for a student mom or for a student who's also a mom. So that is what we're doing today. This is off-campus housing for just one student and also their kid. So I thought that would just be super cute. And you guys know I love doing these kinds of builds because I do single mom houses quite often, also team mom houses, but it's just a lot of fun to decorate them. So I really enjoy doing that. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one too. Obviously, we are using a lot of stuff from the new pack. And I also decided I wanted to use the windows and the doors from the new pack. However, I'm not using the same set that I used on my last build, which was like did I release it Thursday, I think? Something like that. Anyways, possibly. So yeah, we're using some of the more contemporary looking windows that could possibly go really well in the Foxbury area of Brightchester. I just haven't built there just yet, but I will at some point. Currently, I am working on a build challenge. I'm just failing big time and I'm spending so long on it that I almost forgot to do this voiceover. I completely forgot that this video was not completely sorted and uploaded to the channel. So that almost happened, but we're good. I'm doing it now so I can get it up on the channel and stuff. But yeah, that was a little bit like, what in the world? So anyways, but yeah, today we are building this little house, so I hope you guys like it. So this is what I would call a tiny house still. I know that it's kind of up for discussion what's considered a tiny house because different people have different opinions of what's tiny, but considering there's room for 2 Sims, you could also swap the single bed in the mom's bedroom out with 2 and you could possibly have 3 Sims living here. But because it's for more than 1 sim, I do still think that this is a tiny house. And I actually looked up on Google to see other people's opinions of what is considered a tiny house to make sure that this would still be a tiny house to other people and not just me. And some other people also build tiny houses of this size. So I hope it's okay still. But like I said, it kind of depends a little bit on the person. Some of you guys may not think this is a tiny house, but I still do. Also, by the way, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but the red shelf has been updated, by the way. So it's been updated a couple of times by now because apparently it was something to do, like the crashing problem was because there were too many slots on the shelf or something. So I've had to download the one with 85 slots on it, I think. So if you have the 130 slot shelf and it's still not working, I suggest you go over and download the 85 one or the 81 one. And they should be linked as well in the description down below, by the way. I'm not entirely sure. If it's not working, then let me know and I will try to update it in like future videos because obviously I can't go back in like 200 videos and fix the download link. I just don't have the time for that. So but let me know if it's still just linking to the old shelf or whatever, and I'll try my best to update some of the videos that I've been putting up lately, but hopefully it'll be fine. So yeah, also for the exterior on this build, I was set on using some of the new wallpapers we got to, but I ended up only using one of the bricks, I think, or it could possibly also be a rock wallpaper, I'm not entirely sure. And I think it's the one that's supposed to go really well in the older looking area of Brightchester. But I think I might have possibly used the Foxbury stone or the Foxbury brick somewhere on this build, but I don't really remember. The new bricks are super nice though. They both look really, really good. I just felt like the house looked a little bit too dark on the exterior, so I had to brighten it up with some lighter browns at least, not necessarily like blue or red or anything like that. I used the wallpaper from Spa Day, the one that I use quite a lot when it comes to tiny houses actually, because it comes in so many different colors. So I decided to go for one of the more lighter brown swatches of that wallpaper and put it on the exterior just to brighten it up a little bit because it was looking too dark for my liking. So also for the interior, everything is very bright, I want to say. I was originally planning on just going with white woods for the flooring, but it was just like, I'm not good with all white interior, and then, because I still wanted it to be colorful, But if it's like, if I got white walls and white flooring as well and I add color, it just looks off to me. So I had to go with a different flooring instead. So I decided to go for a different swatch of the cats and dogs flooring, as you can see right here. It's one of my favorite floorings in the game, by the way. I just love the texture on it. I love the different swatches. Although I mainly use this one and also the darker brown and also the medium brown, which is like a really nice medium soft brown. It's just really, I don't know, there's something nice about it. But anyways, usually I just go for those three, but there's also a gray one that I kind of want to use at some point. I just haven't really, like gray flooring kind of scares me a little bit, but at the same time I'm also kind of drawn towards it. So I don't know how to do that, but we'll see at some point. But anyways, so it's again the issue that if the walls are white and the flooring is gray, I feel like you can't really put a lot of color into your interior because it's just, there's a big contrast between the flooring and the walls and then the furniture. Does that make sense? It just doesn't look right to me. So I don't know, I'll figure it out at some point. Anyways, in here we got the toddler's bedroom, or the tiny human's bedroom as I prefer to call them, and I went for a mint and also pink color scheme in here because I thought that would be super cute. It could either be for a girl or a boy. Everything is like, you know, it's completely fine, and I may have spoiled this tiny human just a little bit. They have a lot of toys in here. It's definitely, I guess it's not a big room, obviously, since it's a tiny house. Every room is supposed to be tiny, so it's not a big room, but they do have a fair amount of toys in here, I think. For the size of the room, I did manage to fit in a fair amount of toys, I think so. And also just to add a little bit of color to the walls as well, so it wasn't just white, or they weren't just white, I decided to, because we are using one of the new university wallpapers, by the way, and it comes in quite a lot of different colors actually, but they're very bold colors. They're just kind of, they're kind of over empowering if you use them in all white interiors. So I decided to just, or if you just use them on all the walls at least, so I decided to just use it as an accent wall. So there's the minty wall in there, and I think it turned out kind of cute. I think the rug that I used in the toddler room ties everything together quite nicely. Also, I love that swatch. It's so funky. And then moving on to the mom's bedroom. In here, we are going for pink and blue together because I love those two colors together. And everything is, of course, from Discover University in here because it just suits her. It suits the house. It's playful. It's young. It's fresh. It looks kind of cheap as well because obviously I feel like it's highly inspired by IKEA, and I've said this a couple of times by now as well. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who sees it, so anyways. But I thought that the vibe of this furniture would fit this house quite well as well. I feel like this furniture will be good for tiny houses, especially, or at least the tiny houses that I make, because I do tend to go for a certain style of exterior when I do tiny houses, and I don't know, there's just something about this, because I use a lot of the stuff from Parenthood when I do tiny houses, and this stuff definitely goes really well with the Parenthood stuff, so could possibly get a lot of use out of the Discover University furniture when building tiny houses. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, very decorated in here. I did decide to put two of those Funko Pop looking things on the bookcase in case you hadn't noticed. One of them is Bob Pancakes, and I thought that was hilarious. I haven't used that swatch yet, and I was told that one of them would be Bob Pancakes, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit by using him, since he will technically be walking around the neighborhood as well, but you know, it's iconic. I'm going to use it. Also, ignore the plants that I put on top of the wardrobe. I did delete them before uploading it to the gallery, so don't worry about those. They're just so darn cute, those plants, by the way. They're so cute. I need them in real life. The little faces just make me so happy. So I've also used them quite a lot of times around this house as well, but I couldn't help myself. So, and then in here, the bigger room, I almost said bedroom, but this is just a bigger room. We got both the kitchen and also dining area, which is just a dining table. Plus, I think I added an extra chair so that they can have a friend over, or, you know, maybe a parent or something, and like a grandparent to the tiny human, obviously, and also a high chair just in case that you guys, If you guys want to play with the house and you do prefer to use high chairs, there's a high chair. If you don't, you can just delete it, copy paste one of the other chairs over there. That is completely fine. As always, you can redecorate my houses if you want to. I'm completely fine with that, by the way. All I'm asking for is that you don't re-upload the build. That is all. But like, if you want to redecorate the whole thing, feel free to. And also if you want to like redecorate the whole thing and then re-upload it, that's fine as well. Just don't re-upload my version of it is all. But anyways, I feel like I don't point that out often enough, and a lot of people get surprised that they are actually allowed to redecorate them for some reason. I've never heard anybody say that you couldn't redecorate their houses, because it's up to, like, you can't just decorate an entire house and then assume that everyone has a family that suits the house perfectly, you know? So you are allowed to redecorate my houses so they suit your families, of course. And again, I've never heard anybody say that you can't, so this is not a dig at anybody. Just want to point that out, but anyways. In here, we're mainly going for mint and also yellow and a little bit of blue as well. I was very inspired by the swatch that I chose of the kitchen tiles right here. The tiles are from Parenthood, by the way. I use those all the time, and they also come in 2 different versions. So the other version I've actually used in the bathroom. I think I've already done the bathroom. I think the bathroom was actually the first room that I decorated. I don't know why, because I never do that, but it just sort of happened. At least I think I did. Otherwise, I've forgotten. I don't really know. Anyways, hopefully the bathroom is fine. So, but yeah, I use those tiles like all the time. They come in so many different swatches, and I just love them because they're so colorful. And here in the hallway, of course, I had to use the same plants again, because I think this is the 3rd time in this video that I'm using them, but they're just so cute. I used the ones or the swatch with the little faces here, and then I found that the bigger plant pot actually also has a swatch with a face on it, so I was like, these go so well together, I have to use them. So they are in both the mom's bedroom, but they're also in the dining area and also in the hallway, so I'm sorry about that. I'll try to tone it down a little bit for the next build, but I just had to go for them again because they are just adorable. So anyways, moving on to the exterior again, we are pretty much just doing landscaping for the rest of the build. So we're doing both the front of the house but also the backyard. There isn't much like greenery in the backyard, I do want to say, because I decided to use a lot of tiles there, and I also put in a sand pit for the toddler because I thought that would be really cute. I did use the terrain paint from Island Living because I've been told a couple of times that if I use that one, they'll be able to build sand castles actually, so I always think that's adorable. I still have not play tested it. I need to turn Faye into a toddler so that I can play test it or something. Or maybe, actually wait, she can still make sand castles as a grown-up. I might just go play test it after I'm done rendering the video and stuff, because I really want to see if it actually works, because I still haven't. But anyways, so yeah, pretty simple landscaping here at the front of the house. I'm just using a little bit of flowers or a few flowers over on the right side, and then I framed up the driveway with some bushes as well. And then of course, as always, I like to frame up my builds with trees, so that is what we're doing right now, because it just looks really nice to me. That is kind of framed up like that. And also the flower pots by the front door, by the way, are from the World Objects catalog. So they're not in, like, you have to use a cheat to be able to see them. All the cheats that I use when building are in the description, by the way. And yeah, I just want to point that out because I get a lot of questions about like world objects. People don't really know that they're not necessarily from like the flower pots, not flower pots, I don't know what that is. The flower pots are actually base game, but you do have world objects that are specific to packs as well. But these ones are just base game, so if you have the game, you have these flower pots, you just need to use a cheat to be able to find them. So I've explained it quite often, but I still get questions about it, and a lot of people seem to think that they're actually CC, but unless I say it at the start of the video, I won't be using CC in my builds because I just don't. I prefer to build without my CC folder in, so it's natural not to. So yeah, I just wanted to point it out. They are world objects. So anyways, and then as you can see, like I said before, using a lot of tiles here in the backyard. I also made a sand pit, and then I put a lot of toys here. I put some cars as well because I thought that would be cute. And then they have both an eating area or a dining area, I don't know what you want to call it, both out here with a picnic table actually, but I moved this dining table up onto the patio just because I felt like it made more sense. Instead of having two dining tables in the backyard, they would have a dining table on the patio and then a picnic table down here on the tiles. And then I found out that the picnic table from the Toddler stuff pack comes in so many different swatches that are just so cute. So I went with one that has, I don't know if it's candy or whatever it is. I think one of them also has donuts on it or something, but I've never seen those swatches before, so I was pleasantly surprised. But anyways, that's about it for today. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Sorrows in the summer city, you'll never feel alone as long as you're with me. Get rid of all your sorrows in the summer city. There's no place on earth I would rather be. Today, it feels like it's been forever, laughing all day.